What's up, good people? It's your man, LA. Cheatham.
Yo, happy New Year's, happy New Year's. Pimp Bannister. What's up?
Now, unfortunately, I'm going to introduce me, even though he's in the house. Unfortunately, it may not be tonight, but he got cut at the house.
Cut up!
And for the fact, man, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow him to chime in the background if he wants to do so on this very interesting topic that we have to talk about tonight and watch the game. First and foremost, let me get this out the way. It's been a long time. Usually, when you watch us, it's he in his spot, I'm in my spot. It's been a long time since we had a chance to really get together and do this thing. And right now, this is an experiment. I'm just keeping it real. That's what it is. So we're not gonna be all long tonight. But that don't change the simple fact that there's plenty to talk about, and we have opinions to talk about. We have opinions about these things. Several things have happened since the last time we came on pen. I think it's maybe probably about 3 weeks.
Yep. I
Uh,
got a new football coach.
um, we generally we come on, we talk about the Bears. That's what kind of kicks off these shows week in and week out. That's pretty much has been our motivation from the jump. And then it gives us the opportunity to jump into some other topics in sports that mean a lot to us. So we will do that tonight, but like I say, that's a little bit different. Tonight's a little bit different, so we're gonna try and let it be as original and as organic as we can, because I don't really have a bunch of topics. I'm going off the dome tonight, so we're gonna kind of do some catching up. And we always talk about, we always open up with the Chicago Bears.
uh-huh.
And for those that have been listening to us, they know that if you don't know by now, I'm suspended. But I am happy for you guys and you Bear fans. And
We just want you to be with us. Just come jump back on the bandwagon. Listen, it's been a long time since we've been a playoff team. 2018 was the last time.
yeah, 2018 has been a long time. But
That's
a
8 years
has
ago
happened
in
since then.
2017 minutes.
Well, listen, shout out to my man Will Bates, some of the loyal people that's been on with us. Uh, my cousin B.O.B. and the big guy, uh, Michael Thompson. I mean, those are a few guys. Cutter's in the house. I think Cutter was on with us. We did one of the boxing episodes. A little bit over
Was
a
it
year and a
Bud
half
and
back.
yeah, Bud and Errol Spence? He was on
Yeah.
that episode.
So
Yeah.
he was on with us on my show. We wanted his opinion on boxing and stuff like that. He went on with B.O.B. But anyway, a lot to talk about. Michigan got a new coach. The Chicago Bears have won the North, and it doesn't move me that they've won the North. It does not move me because I still have to get past the double joint stage,
That that
and
that
that hasn't happened yet.
that game versus the Packers didn't help you get. Look, I'm gonna just that game 2 weeks ago now versus the Packers felt a lot like when Michigan beat Ohio State in 2021 for the first time. It was like you finally got over that hump, and they did it in such dramatic fashion. Walk off. My man dropped it in the bucket. QB1, that's what I call him. So if you check our text thread, I just text him QB1 all the time since he's suspended. He dropped it in the bucket. He hit Jade Walker on fourth down. Gotta have it play, do or die. I mean, we gotta give a man a little bit of credit.
Well, I told you, and I've been saying this for a long time. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. And what pisses me off the most is that most fans don't really understand that. And that's partially why I'm suspended, because we were under the influence that they were making all the right moves. And I'll be honest, I was kind of I was a Justin guy. You was a Justin guy.
Yeah. I'm a team guy first
And
though.
I understand that too. But with the team, this is the reason why I'm suspended. Just give you a little catch up. What I know now is that the priority wasn't to win a few short years ago.
Right.
The time you got when you fired Matt Nagy and you hired Matt Eberflus, based on what I see now, I know that the priority was not to win because you didn't set everyone up to succeed in those situations. And that's why I am where I am today, being suspended. So since I'm suspended, I'm finding out a lot about myself. And that is that I'm committed to this thing and I got to see it through. And they have to get me past the double doink stage. So for my man Will Bates and yourself trying to get me back on board, I told Will, God is working on me. He get me through this. So I don't have a, I don't know how, I'm not really up because they beat the Packers. I'm working on my inner Colin Cowherd. He wins every Sunday. And that's why I want to be. I don't want it to ever mean that much to me anymore. So I'm working on that. So maybe next year I'll come back, maybe I won't. But I'm happy for you guys. That's all I can say. So I think before the season started, we had some divisional. We picked divisional champions,
Yeah.
and I picked the Packers because they were more familiar,
And I picked the Lions.
and we were both wrong. Neither one of us
Right.
thought that the Bears would win the North. But
Our
I picked,
AFC North pick though, if we that comes down to Sunday night.
yeah, it does. And the thing about that is, I picked Baltimore, the Ravens, to win the Super Bowl.
And I picked the Steelers just to win the division.
Okay, so both of those are still alive, and that's the thing about the NFL. Every game matters all the way to the end, and that's what we're gonna have. And I think we're gonna have this particularly on Saturday night. That's when it all kicks off because both of those games Saturday afternoon and night are both win and get in games.
Yeah.
Um, is it the Steelers?
Steelers at Ravens.
Let me see.
Steelers at Ravens, and we got Carolina at Tampa. I think.
Okay, so those are
Win and you win.
win and you win, and then the Bears have the Detroit Lions at 3:25 on or 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 Central, and Uncle Hen is in the house, and unfortunately, he's not on camera either, but he's in the house. Of course, we're about to kick off the new year, 2026. Happy New Year, as Penn wished you all just a few minutes ago. But when I found out Uncle Hen was in the house, first thing he said to me was, "We gonna get y'all. We gonna beat y'all again this week." And I told him, I said, "You you have not been watching the show." But it's interesting that he didn't know I was suspended. But it's just okay. So we go into this week, Bears Lions. Ben Johnson said we plan to win. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, at what extent are you playing to win? Because at this point they can't be no worse than the 3 seed. So that guarantees you one home game. I was okay with them not getting the 1 seed because I felt like they was too hot and they just needed to keep playing. So I'm cool with that. I think if this game gets out of hand, I say out of hand, I mean maybe you get down 2 scores in the first half. I think you gotta really look at pulling your starters to keep them, fresh and healthy for the wild card game. Because you still got to win 4 games. You still got to win 4 games to get to the Super Bowl. So one extra home game in the playoff, it don't mean that much to me when we looking at I need Caleb healthy. DJ Moore's banged up right now. I know Rome is not going to play. Luther Burden missed some time recently here. Didn't Colston Loveland get banged up last week?
Now, the thing about it is, the reason why I asked you that because they lost 52-21 the first game,
Yeah,
and Ben Johnson has to have some motivation to beat the Lions. You also have Caleb Williams approaching 4,000 yards. So there's got to be some motivation one way or the other. And to bench guys, you got several things to think about. Not getting guys injured, accomplishing these, getting your revenge if you're Coach Ben Johnson, and accomplishing that for Bears quarterback, something that has not been done. And it's going to be interesting the approach they take in this game plan, especially coming off last week's performance where Caleb threw for 300, threw for over 300 yards,
yeah.
dropped back to throw the ball 42 times. I mean, he took 42 opportunities to take the risk of getting sacked, and and you already know that you have a run game. The attrition of the health of the roster throughout. There's so many things to look at going into because you figuring the Bears may be in a wild card game.
They are because they can't. There's no way for them to get the first seed. First seed is the only team to get a bye. So even if they the second seed, they got to play. Like I said, to me, my starters wouldn't play this week. And I know it's the revenge factor. Ben's old team, Caleb with 4,000 yards is on the horizon to get that. That's not worth being healthy in the playoffs to me. That one extra home game still is not worth. I'm gonna start the starters. If we get up, 14, I'm pulling them. If we get down 2 scores, I'm pulling them. Like it's just not the juice ain't worth the squeeze at some point. It's just not. So you can't be no worse than 3. You've already locked up the division. We won the division. What are we doing? We just got to handle our business, whether it's home or away in the playoffs, and that's gonna be the case either way you look at it because you can't be the number 1 seed. So
My man Michael Thompson has wished us a happy new year
yo yo yo,
out on Facebook. So send him a shout out again. Happy New Year. Like I said, God working on me with these Bears as far as if I'm gonna come get out of suspension or not. You'll find out whatever I decide to do. Um, like I say again, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot of goals still yet to be reached, depending on how important they are. Um, but as competitive as Coach Johnson seems to be, I have to think that he's going to be motivated to beat the Lions. And at the same time, you got to think that the Lions are going to be motivated as well. So even with them being out, remember this is the same team that went into Green Bay years ago.
mm-hmm.
They already knew they weren't going to be a playoff team, but they went in there just to beat, just to try and what's their motivation to keep Green Bay out of the
I
playoffs,
think
or
so.
just to
That was
beat?
Aaron Rodgers' last game at
Yeah.
Lambeau. Yeah, as a
So
Packer.
is Coach Dan Campbell going to come in with that same approach? It's going to be interesting. So every game, for some reason, it might be a must watch. We're not going to be on long tonight, but we wanted to take the opportunity to come on tonight, uh, have an opportunity to go on in this situation in this platform right now, face to face, so that we can kind of work out some kinks going forward. We're gonna hopefully we have the opportunity to do this again, but we want to take out the time to wish you guys a happy New Year.
26.
Happy New Year. 2026 is just minutes away, but I cannot leave the air tonight without asking you. We just sat here and we watched the Michigan Wolverines, and we just watched them lose a football game to Texas.
Yeah.
And you just got a new coach. A lot has happened in the past few weeks. The Sharon stuff, we can get into that stuff later. We're gonna kind of get into that later on at another tape, another time. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to vent for these last few minutes, and we gonna cut it at that, and we're gonna have a lot more meat on the bone next time we get together.
Short answer. when the news broke that Sharon was relieved of head coaching duties, didn't phase me not one bit. I've been very vocal about saying when Michigan moved on from Harbaugh, they should have done a real thorough coaching search. So I think this thing just got fast tracked by 1 year because I think we would be in this situation looking for a coach next year. As far as Kyle Whittingham goes, I'm still on the fence. I know the national media is saying like this is the best thing Michigan could have done given the situation they was in. The fact that he's 66 years old, kind of, I'm paying attention to that because he's not a long term guy. He's going to be the bridge guy, but I just want to see what type of stability he brings to the program, what the offense is going to look like, and it's only one other thing he needs to do. One other thing he needs to do after that, and that's win the Super Bowl, and that means beat Ohio State. That's it. He do that, then he's cool with me.
Well, we're gonna be back on Monday because at that point the playoffs picture will be set up. We'll have a couple more. We have the college football semis will be set up.
Yeah.
We have a lot more to talk about then. But we were experimenting tonight. That's what this was. Once again, Happy New Year. Happy 2026. May you all be blessed. And we'll see you on Monday.
We out.